Ago, how did you get involved with Cartier's Concours d'Elegance?
Yeah, I have this opportunity and say, okay, come back to India and Concours d'Elegance with the cars and motorcycles. Yeah, why not? I'm a little tired because I come back from Australia where we have a anniversary of the circuit in Phillip Island. But anyway, I go back to Italy and after 3 days I come back here.
So, this is your third visit to India. How do you like the country? How do you think the country has changed in your 3 visits?
Fantastic. I think from the last one, today I think a lot of improvement, a lot of change, many buildings. I think the Indian economy go very good.
And the motorcycles on the road that you saw?
And motorcycle, I see more motorcycle, but I expect more motorcycle because a lot of traffic and with the car is impossible to move.
Right.
And just this morning I think, oh, why no? The people don't buy more motorcycle? Like in Italy now, everybody use a motorcycle.
Right.
Because the traffic is impossible, especially in the big city, Milano, Roma.
Let's talk about your early career first, when you just started out racing as a kid. What was the family environment when you first started?
It was difficult because my family don't want I race. And I need the signature from my father, and my father said, no, I don't want. It's so dangerous. But I'm very lucky because one day we go to the lawyer, and it was a friend of my father, and he convinced my father to say, please, no, because the young people, it's nice if he do the sport and so. And my father signed because the lawyer convinced him. But the lawyer understand I want to race with the cycle and not motorcycle. But still I have signature, so I make the license and I start to race.
How did life change for you once you were a young racer coming up in Italy and then you became a GP rider? How did life change for you?
When I finish race, when I stop?
When you start racing. When you started
when
racing.
I start?
Yes. At home, how did it change?
It's like a dream because I waiting this moment from many years, from when I born, and always I waiting the time to start to race. And when the day coming, I'm very, very happy. I cry and I don't believe, for a long time I think, oh, this is my dream. And after I have long career.
What bikes do you own? What bikes do you have at home? Racers, production bikes? What bikes do you have?
I have a Yamaha T-Max. I have Yamaha RTZ.
Oh, you have a TZ?
I have MV Agusta. I have another small motorbike. I have Cagiva.
Okay.
I have Husqvarna motocross.
Okay. Yes. Oh, you ride motocross as well?
Yeah, when I race, always I do motocross.
And now, do you still ride
No,
motocross?
now I use a road bike.
So what do you want to think is going to happen in MotoGP this year? First of all, how did you react when Stoner's Casey's decided, that's it, enough, I'm not racing anymore?
Yeah, it's difficult to understand because 26 years or 27 years old to stop when you be champion, when you one of the best, is very difficult. But he decided because maybe he don't love any more motorcycles. So it's his decision, and we must understand.
So how are Rossi and Lorenzo going to be in the garage now?
No, we must waiting because depend. Now it's friendly together. But when you race, you must forget the friendly. You must especially the last lap. If you want to win, you don't say please.
Of course.
Just you try to win. Other one try to win. So, but I think we expect the good season with Lorenzo, Valentino Rossi, with Pedrosa, Marquez.
What do you think about Marquez?
Marquez is fantastic. He have a testing now, and he was also
he was
for
third
the
fastest.
First time, still very fast. Of course, he must learn because the testing is one thing, and the race is another one.
Sure.
Because the race after maybe 15 laps, the tire coming down,
right,
and the bike change. So you must be experienced. You must have a lot of experience to control. So this is we need the time. So I hope Marquez understand. I think he's a clever guy. Understand he must learn and waiting, because before he used the bike with 100 horsepower or 120. Now it's the double.
Yes.
So, but I think he's clever guy. I think he learned very quickly.
You think he'll win a race this year?
Maybe win one race or two races. Maybe it's possible. Not easy, but it's possible.
Dani Pedrosa will he be champion this time?
I think Dani and Lorenzo, I think, is
your favorites for the
very butter.
What do you think will happen to Valentino Rossi this year?
But sure, he's better than before with Ducati. For him, I think it's difficult to win the world champion. But also Valentino, when he have a chance, he have a lot of experience. He's very smart. He know the technical for race, and I think some race he win.
But not the title this year.
It's not 100% because he's a good talent.
Right.
But with the young people, maybe it's difficult. But we never know. We must waiting.
Right. Finally, let's just talk about safety on motorcycles as a rule, and it's very relevant to India because we have the highest accident rate in the world. You've seen what it looks like outside. What would you do?
Yeah, it's difficult. What I said before, I use the bike every day, and traffic is terrible. The people don't care about. The people don't put attention. Just many people use the telephone. Maybe people eating the sandwich. Maybe people read the newspaper and listen the radio and watch the computer. It's very, very dangerous. This is why today, when I ride in the bike in the city, always I use my finger and the brake. I keep the finger and the brake because it's easy to crash. It's like to have the gun with the inside, and and there's in any moment something happen. So you must be 4 eyes and 4 fingers.
How was it when you started racing? 1963, Moto Morini. How was it to go into the GP for the first time?
First, very exciting because it's my dream from when I born. So I have a possibility with Morini 250 to race in Monza for the world champion. And I finished 4. It's very exciting, very happy. And after that race, Conte Augusta see me, watch me, and say, okay. He invited me to talking, and so I have a meeting to his office, and before talking to him, I waiting 5 hours. But after I go in the office and he asked me, what you want? I said, well, I waiting 5 hours, and I said, okay, I want to race, because I understand he like joking.
Right.
He like prove me,
Right.
And I say, I want to race. You race, but my bike was very, very difficult and very fast. Okay, you try me, and after you decide. So, but I understand it was a joking, and I signed with MV Agusta. I stayed 10 years with MV Agusta, and I have a good time with all the team, my mechanics, very friendly, and it was my second family.
There was a rumor that Conte Augusta buried all the motorcycles and broke them so that nobody else could steal the technologies. Is that true? And that's why the old MV racers are very difficult to find?
No. Yeah, of course he is very jealous. He's very jealous. He don't want to give to anybody his bike. Because for him also it's a hobby. Because Conte Augusta make helicopter. He have a big company for helicopter.
Right.
And the motorcycle was hobby.
Yeah.
So for him to give his bike to other people is very, very hard. It's not, very difficult.
Back in your day, racing was a gentler sport. And then when Kevin Schwantz and Wayne Rainey came, then it became a more aggressive sport. And today again, Marc Marquez, for example, is famous for being a very aggressive rider. What is your take on this kind of aggression in racing? Is it normal?
Well, depend. Also in our time, we aggressive. Of course, in our time, we must be careful because if we crash, what I said before, if we crash, we died.
Right.
So it's not easy. We must be careful. Today with the circuit, safety circuit, with all the helmet and the leathers, very safety. So it's difficult. So the people try to go more to the limit,
Right.
because he know if I crash,
It'll be okay. Yeah.
just
Thank you so much.
Okay,
That was
thank you.
amazing.
all right.